Recently, I had the pleasure to sit down with a student in my high school named Devon Scullion. Devon is a 14-year-old boy in grade 9, and he suffers from progeria.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce to you one of my students from this semester. His name is Devon Scullion. Devon is in my Period 1 class, which is the Learning Strategies here at Cardinal Newman High School in Stony Creek. Devon comes to Cardinal Newman obviously this year because it's his first semester in high school. His elementary school is just down the road and it's St. Martin of Tours. First of all, thank you for agreeing to do this interview.
You're welcome.
So Devon, first I want to ask questions about you, about Devon Scullion himself. Tell me a little bit about yourself, just in general.
Well, I have a thing. It's called progeria. It's where your brain doesn't get a lot of its blood. It only gets 4.5% of it.
Okay.
So it's easy and hard with it, but it's easy mostly.
Wow.
I don't have the arthritis.
When you don't have the what? Say it again.
Arthritis.
Arthritis? Okay. So before we get into the easy things and the hard things about progeria, I guess I have a couple questions about your life at school. What's your favorite subject of all your schooling?
My favorite subject would be music.
Music. Very good. Is there a particular instrument you like?
I like the trumpet.
Very good.
One, because it's easy. There's only 3 keys to remember.
I didn't know that. I'm not a music guy. That's good to know. As far as your own personal music tastes, into
Rock.
rock, any favorite musician or bands that you specifically like?
Green Day.
Green Day. Very good. As far as outside of school, what are the types of things that you like to do? What do you have fun doing? Those your hobbies, whatever activities, things like that.
My hobbies collecting model planes.
Collecting model planes. Very good. Your favorite type of airplane?
I'll have to say the World War II bomber.
The World War II bomber. If God could come down and grant you one day of your life, the perfect day, what would that day look like? And if you need a couple seconds to think about it, go ahead.
What would that day look like? Sunny, warm. Of course, a day where my arthritis won't flare up. Right now with this weather, it's just hitting me hard.
Okay. What would you do during that perfect day?
What I do? I would actually go outside, have fun with my friends.
Go outside and have fun with your friends on a sunny and warm day.
Yes.
Okay. You wouldn't want to go to Hawaii for that day. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You just want to be with your friends outside.
Yes.
That's awesome. Great. Would you have any special meal or food on your perfect day?
Any meal?
Like, what would be your perfect food to have on the perfect day?
Chinese.
Chinese food you like?
Yes.
Very good. Words. What progeria is and what it does to the body.
Actually, they used to call it progerin for the name progeria.
Okay.
So what it actually does, it actually affects part of the brain. For me, I had 2 strokes, and when I had the first stroke, it affected my left side. When I had the second one, it kind of messed up the right side.
Okay. And how old are you about when you had these strokes?
I was actually 6.
6. Oh, in the same year you had the strokes?
Yes, it was back-to-back weeks apart.
Wow. So some of the one of the strokes affected your left side, the other stroke affected your right side.
Yeah.
So progeria is something that reduces the blood flow to your brain, you were telling us?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why you have a higher risk of having a stroke, is that correct?
Yes.
You say some days you have good days, some days you have bad days. Now you've already told us what a bad day means. Arthritis gives you pain. What else is a bad day might offer you?
Bad day, some days when I wake up, I just don't want to get out of bed.
Okay.
Because my arthritis is acting up. And also, I do not like to get out of bed in the morning. Because, well, it's hard because my eyes right now, they're just struggling to stay awake.
Okay.
Of course, if the light goes in my eyes, I have to close them for a good 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
So that light gets out of my eyes.
Okay. And the cold weather, like the winter, makes your arthritis feel worse?
Yes.
Okay. How about people and people you know, first of all? Because I see you here around school, and you're a little bit like a rock star. Everyone wants to know Devon and say hi to Devon and give high fives to Devon. But when you're out going shopping or maybe to a movie or at a restaurant, how do people treat you? People that you don't know, strangers.
People I don't know, they kind of look at me and they're wondering why is this kid so small?
Okay, how does that make you feel?
Well, see, personally, I do not like it.
Feel better? The people that are staring at you, if they would just ask you what
Yeah.
your situation is?
If they would just ask me, okay, I'll tell them. Just when they're staring at me, thinking, okay, what does he...
What's the scariest thing about your future? What are you scared about the most?
Scared about?
Yeah.
The day when I die.
The day you die. Who's Mr. Raposo?
He is my EA.
Your EA? And what does Mr. Raposo have to do every day to kind of help you out? Give me some examples of some of the jobs he does.
Kind of push me up to class.
Push you up to class? Physically push you or mentally cheer you on? Let's go.
Mentally.
Mentally, okay. What else does Mr. Raposo have to do for you?
Sometimes when I'm really tired, he helps me with my work.
Helps you out with your work when you're feeling a little tired? Very good.
I decided to have a little chat with Devon's favorite educational assistant, Mr. Jamie Raposo.
Okay, I'm here with educational assistant Jamie Raposo. How would you say the students treat Devon from what you see in the classes or in the halls?
I see good and bad. I see kids who, the first week of school, I had 2 senior students come up to me and say, "Hey sir, how's it going?" And they were like asking me questions about Devon. And I said, "No, it's fine if you could, fine for you to go ask Devon yourself. He's comfortable with that." And he's actually made friends with these 2 senior students. And I've seen other students make faces and look at him funny.
Okay.
We're here to make his day fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he does as much as he can. There are times when he's really tired and he comes in and he has to have breakfast because he's not feeling well. Like this morning, he wanted to sit in the cafeteria and just rest with his head down. I said, that's fine. Took us all of period 1 to do that.
Okay.
And then he goes, I'm ready to go to class. As it comes to schoolwork, he does as much as he can. As over the years, he's lost some of his knowledge. I think it's due to the strokes he's had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still, he's an intelligent kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's very willing to do work and curious.
Right. Physically, can he write with a pen, pencil in his hand, or does it hurt his hands, or he's not able?
He can. Very, very, very little though. Like he has written a few things for me, and it does. Like I can read it, but he does complain about pain, which is the arthritis in his hands, right?
So computers obviously are necessary for him.
What
have you learned from him, or what have you taken from being able to have a relationship with him this semester?
I actually am grateful for having to have met Devon and work with him. Like it's a different experience than any of the other kids I've worked with in this school. I think it's just because he's so full of life,
mm-hmm.
and he knows well what he has, and that his lifespan isn't as long as most people's.
Yeah.
And just the initiative he has to live every day, like he's happy.
Right.
He's blessed. It's like meeting a celebrity, because there's only about 67, I think, worldwide that have Progeria.
As teachers, we are truly blessed to get the opportunity to work with the youth of today. Students with exceptionalities, though, bring an extra joy to our careers, and Devon, as you can see, is certainly no exception.